welcome to this week's Madaxeman.com lockdown podcast. This week we've got the usual chit chat on painting, buying soldiers and all that kind of stuff. We've also got a tribute to Tim Brooke-Taylor, and Andy's quiz returns for another astonishing week. So sit back, enjoy the podcast.
This means war.
And welcome to week 4 of the Madaxeman lockdown podcast. We've got 6 faces, or in fact 5 faces, and not my video on this Zoom call because my webcam seems to have gone wrong, and if I put video on, I'm upside down, which I think that's Simon, that's your specialism, isn't it?
Yeah, that's my normal view of the world.
Your Antipodean view of the world. So we've got that turned off. Looks like Dave's in his painting bunker, painting as we speak. Andy,
yes, I'm here.
Are you in a kitchen there, or a?
Yep, this is the living room.
You're in a kitchen.
Yes, it's how I escaped from the dread of Coronation Street and other shit like that.
Right, Peter, you're in a back room there. I think that looks like sort of vanish to it. It looks like you've been
back room painting away,
and you've been growing some serious facial hair since lockdown. The advantage of not going into the office.
Yeah, it's just it just keeps encroaching further and further. It's like spreading.
Pretty nautical. That's all good. Simon, you're in the kitchen there.
Yep, my office.
I can see you've got a range of different coloured rubber gloves. I assume they're both for I won't even ask. We won't.
Yeah, best not to ask.
You've had them a couple of years, Simon.
Yeah. Hey, nobody's been on a plane for a long time, so we could all forget about that. And then Tamsin, you're in your world of painting.
No, I'm in my living room.
I can see box files behind you. They must be for soldiers, not for.
Yeah, they're for soldiers. They're on my table, waiting to be filled.
Fantastic. And did you get much just a rush of extra blog traffic and comments from the 70 or 80 people so far who've downloaded last week's podcast?
I haven't checked the stats, but I have gained 2 followers. So
that's quite good.
Whether that's from the podcast or elsewhere, I don't know.
We'll take credit from that because we're all shameless bastards really here. That's it. And then and I think also to start, it's normal beer time. Here we go. This is an American Pale Ale. Dave, I think you'll have had this one. It's Boundary. It's in one of the big cans.
Oh,
you've got the. You've almost got the same. Okay.
My Boundary. My one's called Bingaling.
Bingaling.
Yeah.
Mine's Boundary. Okay, so we're both going big cans today then.
But Bingaling is made by Boundary.
Bingaling from Boundary. Okay.
Yeah, this is
I thought that was something from Australia. You know, out back somewhere near Whoop Whoop.
I thought it was something that needed treating.
We think life is best when shared and enjoyed with others, and we think the same about beer. So, no, this is from Belfast. Not really Australian.
Or something to do with Chuck Berry.
Chuck Berry. It could be as well, indeed.
He had his own. He sang about it.
Oh, yes, I suppose he did, yeah. So, look, I'll go round starting in my top left then. So, Mr. Webb, you actually look like you're intently painting as we speak. So what's gone on the painting table in the last week?
Well, I had good success with the recovery of the Golden Normans, thanks to Tamsin. Thank you very much for that.
It worked?
You sound more surprised than we did.
What, you mean you'd never actually tried it before? You just made that up on the fly. That's pretty good.
I had done it a few years ago, but that was a 28mm figure. So
that makes a difference. So
it worked quite well. It looked good.
So did you mix the inks, or did you just do black and then blue?
I mixed them. Okay. I actually had purple and blue from the same one you're on about. The wall paint room. So mixed those up and gave it a wash across. That took away any of the gold that was inlaid, and then did a nice dry brush of plate mail over the top of it, so it actually picked it up quite nicely, gave it some depth.
That's good. So, and then just even the dry brush didn't, because sometimes with the inks you put any extra paint on and it kind of makes the inks run again, but I guess the dry brush didn't do that.
No, the joys of the nice British weather actually being warm for once and painting outside in one evening, managed to dry it out quite nicely. So got it on, got it through. Now got some nice Norman Knights to go charging around the battlefield with. Now I'm going and just started on the dismounts for them. You know, lots of two-hand knights for when they dismount to be able to take on the elephants and everything else. So I can actually get it set up properly for when I do the Normans in Sicily and such like.
Well, Andy's probably got
what's
some
nice
shield
about
transfer.
the pack is that you get half of them are swordsmen and half of them are spearmen. So if you could, in theory, put the figures together in such a way so that when you dismount them, you've got the choice as to whether you want to portray them as spear or sword.
Well, that's what I was going to ask everybody, because I was thinking of mounting them on strips of 4. So I can do a strip of 4 spearmen, a strip of 4 swordsmen. So depending on how I want to do it, I can say the one that it actually is the front rack one. So if
That's
I want
exactly
to
what I've done.
spearmen,
That's like using old school DBM proper basing to get extra flexibility. That's brilliant.
absolutely. Plus, there's certain ones in ADLG and others where you have the half and halves, spear bow.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, good point.
Makes it a lot easier to be able to mix them up. And the Normans are nicely generic, you know, used all over the periods. So they'll fit in quite nicely and they're good for your armies.
Yeah, actually, there is a few of those armies with the half and half, sometimes with crossbow. I'm trying to remember which ones it is, which ones it is in that Dark Age period.
Yeah,
well, the Australian Norman late version, the one for the strategist competition, they've got that option of their spear and crossbow mixed unit. So those bases could be used for those as well.
Which is Peter in Sicily.
There he goes. Have you ever been to Sicily?
No, I was due to be sailing around there, funnily enough.
Oh, sorry to bring that up.
It got stuffed. Yeah.
Touchy subject.
That'd be great. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were due to be doing the Middle Sea race, which is from Malta around Sicily, then back.
Okay, on a something footer. He said, something footer is a little bit of my knowledge of sailing, basically.
Something footer. That's fine. That'll do.
Okay.
But moving on to painting Normans and painting some more World War II Germans with the what they call the Nerf gun. The ones with the barrels, the artillery.
Nebelwerfer.
Nebelwerfer.
That's it. Nebelwerfer. That one.
Right.
Later to become the office weapon of choice, the Nerf gun for IT.
Yeah, Nerf guns.
This is all your private word of the IT crowd, Simon. Then.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's been Normans.
Way too well.
So it's been Holy Roman Empire and Second World War Germans for you all week then.
Absolutely.
Okay. So Simon, I've seen some stuff on. You've actually fought a battle as well, I think. But I've seen some stuff of your painting appear on Facebook throughout the week. So you must have, not gone out at all.
Yeah, I was going to have lunch with friends, go in the park, go for a quick trip over to the continent and all that.
Yeah.
But I couldn't be bothered, so I decided to stay at home, paint toy soldiers all weekend. So since it's been quite nice and sunny and all that, I actually managed to get a lot of flocking and spray painting done. So I've now almost finished my ancient British, 50mm ancient British army for ADLG. So I've now based and flocked up 13 chariots, including a couple of and also some generals, plus about 20 medium and heavy foot warband combinations. So they're all of varying pretty colours and all that. So just waiting for my decals to arrive, because apparently, if you try to put 25mm decals on a 15mm figure, it doesn't work.
Still doesn't. You still not managed to fix that over the last 2 weeks, then?
No, because they still haven't arrived yet. They were dispatched on Tuesday.
Okay. What does Veni Vidi Vici have, like a clever online digital ordering stock inventory, or did the bloke just send you an email?
No, I actually went to Magister Militia and bought them through them. So
that's pretty slick, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm guessing Royal Mail's a little bit busier, more important things. So,
Yeah.
in fairness, yeah. So I finished my Ancient British, and then for an army that was meant to be coming to roll call a few weeks ago, I finished basing up the 20 mil Qin Chinese army. So that's to be played in ADLG 25 mil. So there's 6 lead heavy chariots, plus a whole bunch of medium swordsmen and mixed foot and variety of other infantry. So they all got flocked and painted up and all that. So and matte varnished. So they are looking rather spectacular. So
Are they all plastic, or did you say the chariots were metal?
So the only lead in the entire army is the chariots and the 2 artillery pieces. I bought off a new line design, so I bought the chariots from. I bought their Roman stone thrower and a bolt thrower because
Yeah.
it's a nice obvious artillery piece. The stone thrower is the heavy one. The bolt thrower is the medium artillery. Add a few Chinese figures to it. Ta-da! So they're lead. The rest of the army is plastic.
No, is it all one particular manufacturer, or is there Strelets, is it, and other people like that? Or
Yeah, there's about 5 different ranges because why make your life easy by buying from one vendor? Let's find 5 different ranges. So
Probably
there's
looks more interesting anyway, because otherwise they look very generic.
yeah, so it definitely gives that Chinesey effect of different troop types, different flavors. So like the levy look like levy, the Khan's Guard for the later armies, or the noble mounted look very proper because they're the Italieri, very sharp, very nice armor and all that. And then the medium cavalry, who are just basically barbarian riffraff in the scheme of the army, they're just guys on horses with lots of bows and all that. So it looks quite cool, but some of the models are woeful. So yeah, the quality is definitely at the 5-foot range. Don't get any closer.
what is that, one particular manufacturer, or is it just a few ropey ones across all of them?
It was one particular manufacturer. I think it was called Redbox, who the quality was just diabolical. Just no matter what you did to try to clean the model up, shave it off with razor blades and things like that, it just never would come up properly. So yeah, it was definitely Redbox. So their Korean infantry were horrible. Their mounted were not bad. Then as it gets better along, Caesar Miniatures, who Tim, you might remember, we used Caesar Miniatures for Force on Force. Good, not completely hard plastic, but not completely soft. But they've got some really good ranges. They do like Ming, Qin Chinese, all the other ones, and then finally ending up with Italieri, who makes them. They're almost on par with, I reckon, with Perry Plastics for quality.
Wow.
So they're really impressive, yeah.
But you couldn't do the whole range in Italieri, or did you just want more variety?
No, because the Italieri only have 2 boxes. You have Mongol heavy mounted, or I think Mongol light mounted.
Oh, right. Okay. So you use those for the sort of tribal cavalry troops, or in generic Chinese.
Isn't there, it's one of the other manufacturers doing sort of like Mongols and anything else. They do like Scandinavians and all sorts.
Are you talking like Fireforge Games?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be the one.
Yeah. I do want to use them because they're 28 mil, and since the bulk of the army is 20 mil, I wanted the figures to be a little bit smaller, so then when you put them against, say, my 25 mil Landsknechts, you'd really get that difference of height of a 6-foot German guy with a very large pike versus a smaller Asian guy with the 2-handed sword.
Yeah, I've got I think I've got a box of those Fireforge Mongols as part of my as yet to be started enormous plastic mixed Arab army to try and do sort of head swaps and body swaps and stuff like that. But it depends how long lockdown goes on. They might be creeping up on the painting queue as well. And then you also had by the looks of it, you had a game of ADLGR, which looked intriguing. Maybe we'll come back to that once we've gone around the painting questions. Ask you about that. So Andy, Galaxy A3, as it says here on screen, is this? It's been another week of Viking-y, Norman-y, all sorts of hairy people with beards.
Yeah, hairy beardy people. Yes, I've now done 6 units of Bondi, 3 of swords and 3 of spears, and I've just about finished the 2 units of berserkers. So I've actually got them in front of me, glued on bases. I've run out of boss sticks, so I'm using Gorilla Glue, so it takes a while to dry. But I'm in the basing phase for them, so I'm going to tilt the phone so you might be able to see them.
Oh, just about. Yep, can see them there. Yeah.
Yeah, so they take most of today to do, and some of the guys have got 2 heads. Admittedly, one of the heads is kind of held on the back of an arm, looked like it's chopped off somebody else. But, and I wasn't quite sure what colour to paint the bear and wolf skins, but very nice chap on Facebook gave me a few tips as to what colours to use and dry brush and going over them and things like that. So
okay. So what was that? Because I must admit, I've always struggled with. Well, no, I've done grey ones, which I think I've always thought was quite simple. It's black with a couple of different layers of lighter grey on it. But the brown one for a thing, I've just always struggled, and they just look like a big rug. I don't know if there's a different, cleverer way of doing it.
It's basically a bear skin, so that's basically what it is. I mean, here they are from the back, if that helps. But
no, what was the technique though? What was the technique as described?
Well, the technique as described, because he just painted some young Vikings, which 1 or 2 guys were wearing furry coats. So the technique for the brown bears is start off with very dark brown, then you do a lighter brown with a bit of orange in it, and then go back over it with dry brush it with brown.
Okay. Tamsin, you're looking puzzled over that one. Are you a somebody who paints bear skins at all, or is it just?
I haven't for a while. I normally do it sort of a grey or brown, then a wash, then a dry brush.
But that's sort of,
and sort of rinse, repeat. I do that a few times. So
you just get lighter with the dry brush then, rather than this slightly mixed Andy version of finishing with a darker dry brush.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Unusual one. Yeah, it's just something. Maybe I suppose part of the problem is bearskin is just kind of like a brown rug, and maybe there isn't anything clever to do about it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then actually, Tamsin, coming to you then, what's been on your painting thing this week? What can we look forward to seeing on the blog?
Well, people who've followed the blog will already have seen the men at arms, which have finished off basing.
Yep, very impressive.
I look good on mass. Individually, they look scrappy as buggery.
But I suppose they should do, shouldn't they? They've been ploughing through the fields of northern France.
They've got the first 48 longbowmen done.
Oh dear,
Okay.
that's a lot of longbowmen.
Whoa.
And about 60% of the way through the final 24.
So from that many, does that mean you're going 8 to a base then?
12 to a base. 6 to a base, sorry.
6 to a base.
4 bases.
That's an awful lot of longbowmen then for because I ended up with an awful lot. Maximum. Well, I suppose that's what we all do, isn't it? Because I am questioning that, and the reason I'm questioning that is I did exactly the same. So I've got maximum number of longbowmen as well.
Do you ever use them?
I've used them a couple of times, but I think I quickly found that in the army list, going with maximum number of longbowmen doesn't really leave you enough for any of the other troops that win the game.
They get stomped, I find.
Yeah, that's a much quicker way of saying exactly what I just said, but without making me sound such a bloody idiot for getting them all and trying to play with it. But I did my kind of longbowman thing was doing detachable stakes, because I'm always kind of slightly in two minds about having stakes as a non-space occupying marker type thing. So what I did with mine was I put a small bit of metal foil on the front of the base, kind of glued it flat to the front of the base in front of the longbowman, then did my basing over the top of it so it disappears, and then used some of Dave's kind of magic magnets and stuck them on the bottom of stakes cut out of big kebab skewers. So you can actually put the stakes in front of the longbowman, and they stick to the base. So the stakes have got a little bit of clumpy stuff down the bottom of them, but you can just lift them off or not, and you can have either longbow bases with stakes or without, just by having a tiny strip of metal foil hidden underneath your basing material on the front part of the base. So it's quite a cute little thing to do. Simon, you're looking puzzled. Have I failed to describe that coherently?
No, I do remember seeing your detachable fortifications, and they gave me the idea to blatantly copy your idea and use it for my longbowman.
Okay, all right. It's worked.
I'm just out here thinking about how many days it'd take me to lose them all.
Well, the thing is, those bloody magnets, it's impossible to lose them. What it does mean, they end up stuck to the side of your tin, and then you end up reaching in there and impaling yourself. It's kind of like going into a bear trap or something like that.
That sounds more like it. I do that with my pikemen because I didn't file down the metal points.
Oh, that's grim. That's grim. Well, Dave, you're down there in the corner. Still, you're literally painting as we speak. What's going on in Dave painting world?
So the Scythians Scythians is finished. And
excellent.
There's enough Scythians for an army, but there's some options to still be done. But in the last week, I've moved on to samurai.
Hey.
Oh, you're wading into that then.
I am. So there's probably 6 bases of bowmen done.
Because last week you were debating on 100 different painting techniques and which one to go for, weren't you?
I'm still debating on the painting techniques.
So where's your head at the moment?
Well, I started off, I sprayed them black. I've tried dry brushing them grey and then inking black over. I've done various things, but I think I've come up with something which looks fine. I mean, they look really good. But as I keep saying, I think once you've painted an army, at the end of painting an army, you kind of know how to paint that army better next time.
Mm.
Dave, have you seen the Osprey free downloads this week? Includes a book on the samurai. Literally, it's the later ones.
Oh, hello.
I've downloaded it, but I was just looking for it, and it seems to have disappeared. It doesn't seem to have gone into my iBooks.
Is that? No, I think you'd have to download it and move it there. It doesn't come down.
I think you have to go into the Osprey site and download it from there.
Yeah,
Once,
I think
you put the order
on PC, but not onto my Mac AirBook thing, but not onto the iPad. But I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think I got the Polish one this week, but I've not opened it yet. I don't know if anybody's had a butcher's it.
I got that one as well, just because it looked nice.
Yeah, anything good in it?
No, I haven't really looked at it yet. I just downloaded it, but
okay.
Yeah, and I got the Falchkoviaga one as well. So
yeah, I got that just in time for when I finished flocking and finished painting them.
And you were just able to confirm that yours looked absolutely perfect then, obviously.
I was like going, they must have taken some pictures out of it and put it in the book.
They must have done exactly. So Dave,
what reference?
Yeah. So Dave, go back to your samurai then. So you sprayed them black.
Sprayed them black. Then, first of all, I tried to, as we saw when I started, I sort of dry brushed or put some detail in cream sort of thing, bone, which didn't work. So what I've ended up doing is picking out a little bit of detail in white. They look really good. They've come out quite well. I'm doing a less is more.
Okay.
But a few of them I'm filling in some of the laces and things like that.
Okay. So
and the bows I've done in sort of 3 different colours, like they're lacquered.
That's how you get some colour into an otherwise fairly black army then.
Yeah, exactly. And I've actually got 16 Ashiguru on the table.
Okay.
So I'm also thinking I'm going to get some black gloss. You can get bottles from Malaysia, can't you? So I can then do some gloss, paint on some gloss at the end.
And are the Ashigaru going to be in the Wargamers standard of 1 blue unit, 1 green unit, 1 red unit? Is that the law?
They're all going to be black. They're
all going to be black. It's just going to be the Matthew Corvinus's Black Samurai Army.
Well, the Ashiguru I'm using is the followers, the of spearmen.
As if it's all black. I mean, it sounds like a perfect army to paint. You know, you get them all up, you spray paint them black, Do a bit
Hang-
of flesh colours. There you go. You're done. Flocking it.
No, sorry, Peter. We're not playing Warhammer 40,000. We actually have 3 colors in this system.
Look. Okay.
But I'm very pleased with my general.
Hmm.
The first general I've done, because I've done him with so he's supposed to be, the whole army's supposed to be Shingen Kinshen, or his name is. Hold
Yeah,
on.
I think I've been to that metro station.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, you got it. And I found his actual banner, which I forgot the name of, the Kurisan. Anyway, I found his banner, and I've actually painted the Japanese characters, which there's 14 characters on a Eureka banner.
What, on a 15mm banner you've painted 14 different kanji script characters?
Hold on.
I'm somewhat amazed having seen that.
Dave, I can see actually. Yeah, I can see there's little letters on it. That's amazing. We'll have to dig out a proper photo of it and put it on the website somewhere.
I actually think someone Japanese might be able to read it.
Well, if we get any Japanese readers or viewers or listeners,
I think it's the European address foreignty actually.
No, I honestly, it's. I mean, with a paintbrush, you're actually sort of doing the sort of Japanese style, aren't you?
Yeah, I suppose so. Actually, that's true.
There's that, so that's actually really good. And I've also got some of Simon's Japanese demon things.
Yay!
So they're on the.
They are
page.
such great little figures, aren't they? Yeah, those only.
Yeah, the only ones.
I love them.
So I've got 2 of them on the go, and I've painted them bright red.
Yes. No, they need to be bright, angry red.
Yeah, exactly, sort of thing.
Ah.
So I think, that army's really. I mean, I haven't based any of it yet because I'm just waiting for. I'm in a race with Simon to see. I've actually ordered my Veni Vici banners from the man himself.
Okay.
Oh,
And to plug in,
Dave Vici, yeah.
That's the proper, the medieval Latin pronunciation, rather than the ancient Veni Vidi Vici.
Wiki.
Yeah.
Really wiki.
So I actually sent an order in, and then had to realise I'd missed out and wanted some more. And he gave me back the postage.
Oh, what a lovely
good man.
Plug for him.
Well, excellent. It's good. Well, for myself, it's been another typically eclectic week, but I have actually cracked through quite a lot of stuff. I managed to almost completely finish off the same as you, Simon, an army I was painting for roll call, which would have been the other weekend, which again was also new line, but new line Assyrians in 28mm or 25mm, which is one of the 25mm ranges that they do, hidden away amongst most of their stuff is 25, but it was the one I picked up at Devices last year, most of it in an army box set. I think they had a discount, and the army box set's discounted, and it ended up super cheap until I bought like another 60 quid's worth of figures to round out the army. But I think their chariots are something like a third the price of Foundry ones.
Yeah, and
Well,
their chariots are. I was surprised how well they paint up as well. They fit together nicely.
Yeah.
They just pick up different colors. It's like,
Yeah.
I was really impressed.
No, I thought they were fantastic for 28. So they're painted almost the same as my 15mm army. They're ready. When there was a bit of sunshine, earlier this week I got them out and even managed to matte varnish them with the old Tester's dull coat and do that. So I've now only got 2 bases of sort of semi-Egyptian javelinman types to use as the javelinman in that army. So you get a couple of mercenary javelinmen, which are quite handy to go along with all your foot, just to give you a little bit of extra shooting and give you a way to scare elephants. That I'm literally got them on the desk in front of me. But so they're nearly finished. I've just done the flesh wash on them, which as I look them here looks really good. They do look kind of sort of Egyptian, Middle Eastern, but the flesh wash has really highlighted the fact that these 28mm figures are cast with really prominent nipples, which the wash really just like makes stand out in a really quite disconcerting way. Yeah.
The problem you've done there.
If I paint up, actually I'll try this upside down with this weird video. If I put my video back on and hold this upside down, whether this will actually show. Can you see that?
They're just cold.
Yeah, they're just not quite there. They're not quite there. But
problem you've made there, Tim, is you've washed them in water that's far
too cold. That could be it. That's why they're too obvious. That's the one. So these guys look great, but I think if I end up posting any photos of them on Facebook, Facebook's algorithm will probably censor them, and I'll get a Facebook ban or something for a while, which is the problem. So I've got them, and they come in a pack of 12, which gives you 2 to go on a Silhouette base, and then so you get a javelin arm light infantry, and then 2 bases with 5 for the javelin on it, which is quite handy. So then, what else have I done? I've also finished that French, the sort of stuck together strips of Old Glory 10mm people for Napoleonics. So I've got 3 ranks of about 15, 16 across for little teeny tiny 10mm Napoleonics. So that's my 4th unit of infantry done for that. And I've actually made a real big dent in the countless hordes of other Napoleonic infantry as well. So they are sort of poised for taking off the lolly sticks and then gluing onto bases and basing, and suddenly they will all spring into action.
Are you just doing French, Tim, or doing any other nationalities as well?
Well, at this point, I'm just doing French because there's only so much you can actually do in one go, and I don't even know if I'll like the rules or know anything about it really. But I just do really like the look of the figures, and then I've made a little bit more progress on just 2 bases of those. I think I mentioned them last time, the ones I picked up in Provence, the Legio Heroica Arab Javelinmen. So I'm giving them some sort of bright colours and getting them ready to be based up. So they should definitely be done by next weekend. But I think the big thing has been getting the Assyrians done. And then actually, I think, had I done the trying to think if I'd done the main force lying down ultramodern infantry.
You showed them last week.
I showed them last week, yeah. So I finished those, got the which was super quick, and I've got some photos of those on the website already. and I've also packaged a bucket load of stuff this weekend and started putting different bits and pieces on eBay. So I've got a load of 10mm stuff that's up for sale as I'm just trying to fit some shelf space, and I'm realizing that I've still got so much 10mm stuff that I've got more than enough to play with, and I can afford to let someone else benefit from my excessive painting and acquisitions from 10 plus years ago on that one. So it's been quite busy on that front, but the Assyrians has been the big thing, and I'm kind of chuffed with them. I just want to get these extra 2 bases done, and then I'll be able to get some pictures out for that as well. Simon, you played this week. I think I saw on Facebook you had another run through of your kind of authorized Renaissance version of Art de la Guerre.
Yeah, so I thought since I couldn't get out and play with anybody, I thought since I had some spare time, might as well get the toys on the floor, being my wargaming table, and played a game of ADLGR. So over the last few months, I've been doing a bit of an update, which Mr. Finkel has very helpfully torn to pieces with his dreaded red pen, which has been muchly appreciated. Simon, you could do better at that. You could do better. No, I respect his ability to translate my logic into something that makes a bit more sense. So we had a game of a 30 Years War battle of Tilly's early 30 Years War Germans versus Gustavus Adolphus and the Swedes, who invaded northern Germany, in 1632.
Textbook matchup.
Yeah. So it's like a good classic fight. So it was quite good fun. So I played against myself, just using the normal ADLG rules, and it worked I still lost, which was quite spectacular. So the voices in my head had some fun. But yeah, it worked quite well. The rules to a great deal do lend themselves to playing solo. I mean, you can't be as easy and So you can't try to be a bit fancy with some of the rules. But a couple of hours of games and all that, things happened.
Yeah, actually, I suppose that is true, isn't it? If you're dicing for each command in sequence, and it is I go, you go, you can actually just walk around the other side of the table, and because the other person doesn't have a lot to react until there's actual combat or shooting, is there?
No. And one idea that when Andy and I played a few games, he came up with this good idea of you roll your dice simultaneously for some of the bigger units. So because most of us use a dice throwing cup, you can easily put the attacker dice and the defender dice together, and so you can get your shooting rounds and your melee rounds quite quick. So the idea that Andy came up with when we were having a few practice games of getting these battle units, these bigger units I came up with working. If you're playing by yourself, you can have, the shooter shoots, the defender reacts to it, and just, with one shake, and the game plays through quite quickly, and then you're not worrying about, well, I rolled this, I rolled that, just like shake, shake, boom, okay, well, there's a result.
That's really cute, actually. It's super simple, but for doing a kind of solo game, just something to speed it up, just 2 different coloured dice in a cup for opposed dice rolls.
Yeah,
that's really cute. That's good.
You actually need 2 different coloured dice for each side, because a lot of the units are double based and both shoot at the same time. So when you're playing face to face, if you've got a double front unit firing against one of his, your red die rolls against his red die and your white against his white. You just roll them all at the same time, then it's easy to work out whether you've scored any hits or not.
Oh, actually, so you could do the mutual shooting then with a red big and small and a white big and small then, and do that.
Yeah.
So you could do 4. Okay.
Yeah.
God, that would really rattle it along, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Andy and I have had a couple of games where, in 2 hours we've had 8 or 9 large pike and shot units running around, 10 or so crashes on each between the 2 of us, clashing into each other. Dragoons doing their thing, regimental artillery, and all the fun and stuff running while going through the rules and all that. And it's just like it plays through nice and quickly, which is what you want.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. The only thing that doesn't work is when you've got cavalry charging downhill into artillery from behind.
Yeah, well.
Was that a dice moment?
I found that difficult.
Yeah.
Okay. God.
These guys are dead. Oh no, they're not.
Sounds brutal.
They're still fighting.
So how close are these rules to you being happy to say that's kind of done? Do you think?
I'm reasonably happy with the rules so far. I think now they're at the point where need more people to pick at them and break them and see what doesn't make sense. And the thing that probably needs the most people playing with is the thing where all wargamers love to argue about: points cost.
Oh, right.
So I've tried to reverse engineer what Hervé, who wrote ADLG, I think I've reverse engineered most of his formula to create the units. And I've then used that to make the Renaissance version to give me something vaguely scientific more than, that's about 12 points, it's about 15 points, that's good enough. So just now need, I think, a few more people to start playing and breaking it and see what they like about it.
And this is available on the ADLG Facebook group?
Yeah, so it's the old version, which is the, I think, August edition, is available up there. The new edition will be out shortly. It'll be labeled as ADLG April 2020 edition. And in there, I've got Hervé, the rules writer, has kindly let me release these as a free supplement to play with. So you still need the actual rules. But there's 82 army lists I've now done.
Wow.
And so I cover
That's a
from
lot of work.
Yeah, well, a couple hundred hours of flights back to Australia. Got a few hours to do things with.
Yeah.
So I've got armies to cover from Western Europe all the way through to Japan, from 1500 to 1699. So I've got the army lists, the rules, the quick reference sheets, and all that. So they're all just PDFs that you can just download and play with, and off you go.
Sound like this one.
Hopefully, yeah.
as a number of people have noticed or mentioned or seen on Twitter and Facebook, sadly, it looks like someone who those of us, I'm guessing, apart from Simon, will remember from our childhoods. One of the goodies, Tim Brooke-Taylor, sadly passed away this week, and in a kind of hastily cobbled together and potentially slightly weird tribute, we've, and particularly being Central London, and more particularly being a club that literally meets at Mornington Crescent as the closest station to our club in its pub. What we've decided to do as a tribute to Tim Brooke-Taylor, and partly because it's just quite a good idea anyway, and also partly because it will bemuse some of the people on this podcast and many of them listening, to recreate the great legendary British radio game that's been running for many years on I'm sorry I haven't a clue, the great game Mornington Crescent, but do it with a slightly military theme to tie in with the whole wargaming, Tim Brooke-Taylor and Mornington Crescent Central London War Games Club theme. So there's 6 people here. We're playing the 1927 rules variant, for those of you who are aware of that. And I think Andy, you've
third edition.
And I think Andy, you're playing. You've got a proposal as well for how this is going to fit in from a kind of more continental perspective, I understand.
Well, that depends. I mean, so it goes.
Well, let's see how it goes and see if you feel the need to interject, so to speak, at that point in time. So I think I've got a big bucket of dice here, and I'm rolling them on the table, and that's going to give us a running order for this. So it looks like. So Simon, given you clearly know nothing at all about what we're talking about whatsoever, I'd be delighted if you can start us off.
Yes, we'll start with Barbican Tube Station.
It's good. Good military name.
Yes.
Next up on the dice, Dave.
Arsenal.
Good one. Very good one.
Both
Andy.
connected with force. Me. Well, from the Arsenal, I'm going to shoot forward several centuries and go to Lancaster Gate. I mean, they don't have Stirling or Halifax, so I'll just have to settle for Lancaster.
Yeah, Stirling or Halifax would have been good, but we'd need to be bringing
that would make it too complicated. I mean, since the Beeching report, they wouldn't be able to do that.
True, yes. Beeching stopped all that very much so, didn't it? Yeah. And Peter, you're next up.
Well, I'll flip back a little bit time to West Ham and the Pals Battalion there.
The Pals Battalion in West Ham. I thought you were going to be talking about some of the many fights which have taken place in the games against Millwall. But
well, you do have Millwall that goes up against it, but I found one that really hits it with the battalion's epic last stand with the West Ham Pals.
No, that definitely makes sense then. And so Tamsin, I think we're coming to you next for another military themed station that does connect to West Ham.
That does connect to West Ham. I've got absolutely no idea there. I think we've had the Arsenal, which means the Gunners. So Gunnersbury.
Actually, that's a good one, is it? Because Gunnersbury, yeah, Andy, that's a very clever move. Very clever move. Okay, that puts me in a bit of a bind actually, because getting back from Gunnersbury, if you just come from West Ham, it's.
By the time you get back, it's not bothered.
I'm almost in a pickle, but I think I'll go Knightsbridge, because that's medieval. It's a long way from Gunnersbury too, but I think the distance of centuries does make that a legal move. I think.
But can you on the bank date?
I think it's possible. Luckily, we're only playing socially here, so under stricter tournament conditions, that may not have been a legal change.
Well, since it's a tribute one, I think we'll allow it.
We'll allow it. That's very good.
A bit mean not to, I suppose.
Okay, so we're back around Simon.
So as a natural evolution of Knightsbridge, but keeping it on with Arsenal and Barbican themes, it's a nice little street you can go down to, Cannon Street, where you can pick up a few cannons to knock down your Barbican and form an arsenal.
Solid. It's straightforward. Saunders, what about you? Where'd you go from
Well,
Cannon Street?
I'm getting. I'm continuing along the river. I'd go to Waterloo.
Waterloo, bit of a classic. But that does open it up very much. There's a lot of different connections from Waterloo. So Andy, you've been given a bit of a gift from Waterloo there. What's your next move from Waterloo?
Well, I'm going to go back 10 years into Austerlitz. And yes, I know that's in Paris, but from
I think
Waterloo,
we all know it's in Paris, yeah.
Yeah, no, but basically from Waterloo, I've checked this. You go straight on the shuttle, and it brings you into Gare du Nord, and then Gare d'Austerlitz is, you don't even have to change lines. It's a straight connection.
But but I think is the Anglo-French crossover rules allowed in a month with that has a Y in it?
Yes,
Absolutely.
but I think Andy's playing version 1 of the rules, because the Eurostar doesn't go from Waterloo anymore.
Well,
I know,
if you're going to do things that were previously
It's 1927 version, remember?
yes.
I'll go from the Waterloo one, and I'll race you to Trafalgar. If you're wanting to go back to ones that aren't actually there anymore, and the stations that aren't actually working anymore, and Trafalgar Station, which actually goes into the cannons, was a station until 1979.
Because I was going to pick you up on that one, but
there
yes.
anymore.
But actually, no, that's a classic.
And it was also just about 2 months before Austerlitz as well.
I think that's a classic move, actually, Peter, because I'm not sure any of us had seen that, but when someone's played the French card, that does allow you to go back certainly to at least the 60s. So that's very good. So again, I'm digging out from a station which no longer exists. So there's really only one way to do that, and you've got to come out, you've got to go over ground, you've got to go.
I think we'll find the time next, and it's me that has to go after Peter.
You may be right. Oh, I was trying to interject there. Terribly sorry. Right, Tamsin, you're on.
Yeah. So everyone's going to go to Trafalgar Square these days. One needs spats and hats, and the place to buy those, of course, is Brompton Road, which of course is also another station which is no longer in use.
But what's its military connection?
Oh, Brompton Road.
Because what the hell has Brompton Road got to do with wargaming?
Well, Brompton Road, it's to do with war. From 1932-ish, it was used as Air Force headquarters.
Oh,
until the 1950s.
Very, very smart. So actually, because I thought I was safe interjecting there, I was so keen to get away from Trafalgar Square because I had a relatively straightforward one. But Brompton Road's a little bit more challenging. I think, I can't go back to Knightsbridge. That's been done, and we're not playing reversing rules. So if I reach out across the board and move this, possibly Northolt, home of RAF headquarters. Northolt. Anybody got any problem with Northolt? I know it's going out towards Zone 6, which is sometimes considered unconventional in this particular genre.
Where I live.
It's still on the tube lines. That's okay.
We can still pass with that.
Yeah.
Passport to get there.
Okay. So Simon, over to you then.
Eek. I was just thinking with so I'm not even sure how I can link this one in. So I think I might have to be soft and pass this one on to Dave, because I'm not sure how I can get my next one in.
There's got to be a way. There's an out from Northolt if you think laterally.
Look, you're new to the game. We'll help you out. Go on. What were you thinking of?
I've got Collingdale.
That's
I've challenged one already. I'm not challenging another.
Collingdale. What's the Collingdale military angle there, Simon?
So
because I can see how it connects. There's some.
So apparently, Collingdale was a Colin Dale was the nom de plume of T. Lawrence while serving in India.
Lawrence of Arabia.
Yeah, so he did some minor work of translating Homer's Odyssey and wrote a few book reviews.
He was in the RAF later.
Oh, there he is.
So a solid military
He was
connection.
an RAF mechanic.
A solid military connection then. Okay.
I did not know that.
Well, you've dug that one out then. So Saunders, you're stuck in Collingdale. You're a long way north the river. We're getting deep into the game.
How weird, because Collingdale was also a Kiss FM DJ.
Possibly not the same man.
Well, more noted for playing techno.
Right, okay. But in terms of game terms, and we're not even getting deep into the Barker written subclauses here.
Ravier and techno, but never mind.
Where do you go from? Where do you go from?
For Maida Vale.
Maida Vale.
Maida Vale.
That's the Napoleonic battle in 1806, wasn't it?
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Maida.
Wow, dug that one
It's
out.
in Italy. Sir John Stewart, I think, beat the French under Rainier.
My God, it's almost like there's a man with a paintbrush and Wikipedia in one of these little windows. It's incredible. So Maida Vale, we're back in town. So Andy, from Maida Vale, then it is now you, and I think Maida Vale's starting to get getting pretty deep into the game. We're starting to run out of options.
Yeah, well, this one's going to be a little bit tenuous. Talking of battle sites, I mean, this is one I've been to a few times, Stamford Bridge. And to get there, you have to go through Fulham Broadway. So I'm going to say Fulham Broadway.
And then Stamford Bridge, yes, you've got both the Chelsea and the Viking battle, which fits in with what you're painting. So given you are holding a paintbrush, it is a bit tenuous, but the paintbrush probably gets you away with it. If you weren't carrying the paintbrush, that would be an illegal move.
Well, lucky I am. I'm painting up some Huscarls as we spepe.
There we go.
I'm undercoating.
That's a good fit. So then, Peter, we got one more from you.
Well, I've got to go back to the old wargaming adage. You turn up with Vikings, I'm going to turn up with an elephant. Elephant and castle. You can't beat ADLG, bringing on the elephants. You've got to have the elephant storming in. It's the way to go. It's the way to win.
Slammed it in. I can see the connection. Yep. Yeah.
So said the elephant man.
There's two changes, but I can see the connection. Okay. So Tamsin, where are you up to then now from the good old Elephant and Castle?
Well, I think we're going to stay south of the river and take the lines around to Greenwich, home of the Royal Artillery,
Royal Naval College as well.
Royal Naval College and all of that. So
good solid choice.
Goes to Arsenal.
So that leaves me then. Where do I go from Greenwich? Because you're stuck in the dome. I guess if you go around it depends whether using the Emirates line is legal or not. I don't know. Is it operating at the moment, the Emirates line? I think that got closed down quite early, which I might.
It's definitely self-isolating on the Greenwich It's a
very good way of self-isolating in one of those pods. So if I'm not allowed that, then that really does push me back very, very close to a normal pick up and drop off spot of Turnham Green, I think, which obviously the great English Civil War battle that almost never was up until its time. So Simon, I think Turnham Green is, I've been pushed into a corner there with Greenwich, but I know you're new to this game, but fingers crossed, everybody, he doesn't spot it. What's your next one, Simon?
My next one is Mornington Crescent.
Oh,
he's done it! He's done it! Oh, I thought the Antipodean might not spot it, but
beginner's luck, eh?
Beginner's luck. That really did open it. No, that was excellent. Congratulations, Simon. That was a beginner's luck does count, but in wargaming, that's a great thing. So let's all raise a glass to the goodies and Tim Brooke-Taylor.
Goodies, goody, yum, yum.
Okay, then. So after that, we go back to that possibly not to be a regular feature. We go back to a brand new feature that is almost regular, and Andy's quiz.
Question, comment les voir? Question, le trou est sans fond. Question, la légende le dit. Question, elle dit aussi. Question, c'est une maladie. Question.
So Andy, we're back again. We're making it into 3 weeks of your quiz. We've got pretty much as obscure as I think it's possible to get already, but I'm sure you'll surprise us. So do you want to start us off with the answers from last week?
Indeed. Okay. Well, as we did last week, I'll repose the questions and let's see if any of you people know the answers or how many of you do. The first question was, this was all about on the theme, I think it's my leg. And the first question was about French General Latour Maubourg, who lost his leg at a battle and said to his servant, "What are you crying for, you fool? From now on, you only have to clean one of my boots." And I gave you a choice of which battle that might have been at. Was it Landsberg, Leipzig, or Lutzen? So someone have a go at this.
Leipzig.
Ibsen.
It was
I'll go.
Leipzig. Well done. It
I'll go
was Leipzig.
Leipzig.
And then again, the same choice of battles. But which of those did Napoleon say to Marshal Ney, "You're covered in blood"? To which Ney replied, "None of it's mine except this bit where a bullet hit me on the knee."
Lutzen. Was he at
Correct.
Lutzen?
It was
Look at
Lutzen.
this. I've painted up 4 units. I've become a genius. I know everything about the Napoleonic Wars.
That's all it takes, Tim.
That's all
And
it
then-
takes.
And finally, and this is one which you
I know this one.
probably did know, at Waterloo, who said to Duke of Wellington, "By God, sir, I've lost my leg," to which he replied, "By God, sir, so I have." So you have.
Christopher Plummer.
Who?
Christopher
Paget.
Plummer.
Christopher Plummer.
In the movie.
Henry Paget, the Earl of Uxbridge, later the Marquess of Anglesey.
No, it's Christopher Plummer.
That was him. That was him. Well done.
You'd struggle to get off Anglesey with one leg, wouldn't you? That's quite a long way to start with. It's a big old
Well, not
bridge.
if he had servants to carry you around.
Question, comment les voir? Question, le trou est sans fond? Question, la légende le dit? Question, elle dit aussi? Question, c'est une maladie? Question.
This week's theme is called All at Sea. Right. First question is, Admiral Sir John Byng was executed by firing squad on the quarterdeck of his flagship after being convicted by court-martial of failing to engage an enemy fleet. Which French contemporary writer noted, "From time to time the English feel the need to shoot one of their admirals to encourage the others"? Was it Molière, Rousseau, Voltaire, or Zola? So that's question one.
Okay.
Question two.
That's 3 French writers and a midfielder from Chelsea.
Or
Yeah, that's right. On second question, on 21st of October 1904, the Russian cruiser Aurora was damaged by shell fire. What was the nationality of the ship which attacked her? Was it German, British, Russian, or Japanese?
Okay.
Right.
That's,
And
Andy,
question-
this is weirdly straightforward. You know, I've heard of all 4 of those countries. Okay, what-
I'm sorry, I'll try
I'm
to do better
disappointed.
next time.
Yeah.
Okay, question 3. In World War II, how many U-boats were sunk by squids? 0, 1, or more than 1?
Squids. Is that the plural?
That's the Andy we know and love.
Is that the plural of squid?
I think
Yeah.
I think I know the quick clue there.
Oh right. Okay.
It was a missile.
Okay. That's a good good technical thing. So we will look forward to the onrushing tide of Andy's quiz music, and with that we will look out for the answers next week.
Comment les entendre? Question, comment les voir? Question, le trou est sans fond? Question, la légende le dit? Question, elle dit aussi? Question, c'est une maladie? Question.
So we're getting towards the tail end of this. I think we might even have done just over an hour this time, which is quite remarkable. Probably even more when I edit in the huge amounts of cuts of music that we do here from Howard. So what have you guys got lined up for the rest of the week, painting wise? If I run around again, Peter, what do you start on?
Still more Normans and Nerf guns.
Normans and Nebelwerfer.
Yes, Nerfers, because then I'll actually have a German army for Flames of War. The Nerfs done. I've got enough points then with the other stuff I've got. And with the Normans, they were going to be for roll call and also the ADLG one day at the club, which unfortunately I've had a bit more time to paint. Otherwise, they'd have turned up curiously not painted.
No. Okay. So more of the sound. Are they Toad Nebelwerfers, or are they that like really obscure one on the back of an armoured SKDFZ2 for Toad? Proper stuff then.
Proper Toad ones. Nice little 3 of them. Put down plenty of smoke, bit of an artillery barrage, and have my infantry and tanks go storming in. That's the basic idea of them. You know, really
wildly inaccurate, I hope, as well.
Absolutely. That's why they put down a massive barrage, and then everything just charges in behind it.
Good. Nice week to look forward to. Mr. Leroy Mayer, what about you?
I'm doing something completely different this week. So I'm painting up some mixed units for my medieval armies of mixed spear or pikemen and bowmen.
Is that 15s or 25s?
15s, yeah.
15th.
So I bought a whole bunch of the museum miniatures as part of their January 20% off sale. So a whole bunch of crossbowmen and longbowmen and pikemen with big pavises, so I can put decals on them. Because I actually have those at 15 mil.
Oh,
Hey.
very well done. No, those pavises are huge, aren't they? They take a real good little picture that you can paint on. I've got some of those as well myself on that I use with the sort of Scots and the Flemish pikemen. Very, very good. Okay, so we should see some decals in action then.
Yep.
By the end of next week. All right, Tamsin, what's on your list?
Carrying on with Wars for Roses Army. Should finish painting the last 24 longbowmen tomorrow. Then it's varnishing and getting the whole lot base start. So after that, we'll be starting on the billman.
Okay, so even more closely, densely packed infantry with spiky bits and stuff like that. Okay, more periplastics. Dave, going around the screen. You'll just samurai the lot. You'll have come up with 3 different ways of painting them, will you?
I've still got loads and loads of samurai. I'm not even halfway through the samurai.
So it's just samurai forever.
Samurai forever.
Yep. And Andy,
I painted up a very nice little Jeanne d'Arc. That's the correct flag.
okay, one of your medieval armies as well.
Yeah.
Just as a side project. And Andy, are you still chunking through Vikings, or is this project now the end in sight?
No. The end isn't in sight yet. I've got at least 2 packs. I've got 2 packs of huscarls to do. I've got about 14 LMI bow, a couple of skirmish light infantry, and whenever you're able to, we'll finish the deal that we kindly did with me on that medium infantry.
Yeah, no, they should go in the post first thing in the morning. Actually, they're all boxed up, ready to go, and ready to jump in the post. That's some of those 2 dragon ones that I've got far too many of, heading their way to you.
That's all right. I'm not chasing you, but do let me know in some way how we can organise payment.
No problem at all. Yeah, because
Okay.
the usual thing of buy me a pint next time I see you doesn't really work, does it, at the moment? So we will probably have to arrange some sort of pay pump.
Probably a pint of whiskey or something, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, inflation by the time of then. I think I've just got, say, these handful of 28 mil big nippled Egyptian soldiers to finish off, and then I suspect I will be deep into basing up huge quantities of Napoleonic foot. So I think, Dave, you do need to still send me an army list so I know how many units to put together with 1 and 2 and 0 skirmishers in front of them, if that's possible.
So these Egyptians, is their commander Nefertiti?
Oh God. How I'm gonna have to look back on the timeline and see how long it actually took you to wheel that one out. It's kind of the spirit of Carry On films does still live. Okay. Well, on that fabulous note to end on, a joke from 1958 to bring us back up to the modern world. So look, thank you everybody for taking part. Thank you everybody for listening again. We will be chucking out another one of these in about a week's time as well. We'll try and get some pictures up of some of the stuff that we've done as well. If anybody's got anything they want us to blather on about, ping us an email or via the website or get in touch. And otherwise, hopefully we will get another episode of this. I did get yet another bit of feedback through, I think, Facebook this time, from someone who said, this was great to listen to while I was regrouting the bathroom. So another, possibly an even more ringing endorsement than I listened to this while waiting for Tesco's to open. So we're certainly fulfilling a niche wargaming world here. So once again, goodbye from me. Goodbye from anyone else here.
Bye.
See you guys.
Bye,
See you everyone.
All right, and we will see you all in a week's time. Thank you very much.